Hi guys, I am back with another video. It is Thursday morning, 9:30. I am back in the forest, my favorite place to be. Um, yeah, I've realized that my last videos have been a bit quiet. I am quite soft-spoken and I have a hard time speaking loudly, and I don't have a mic yet, so I'll try my best to speak loudly. You can see my eyes are puffy because I am a little bit tired today. Yeah, so hi, my name is Casey. If you have not been here before, I make videos about FND and chronic illness. That has been my journey for the last little while. Today I am going to kind of talk about my updated symptoms, because I have found through the last year they have changed wildly, and I keep getting new symptoms. Old symptoms are disappearing and some have just stayed the same. And this is a really interesting thing to me, because I hear a lot that you get an FND diagnosis, and then you later on down the road might get diagnosed with something else. And so I sometimes wonder if my symptoms are still FND or if they are something else. But these are all symptoms that have kind of come after my diagnosis. They're all, to my knowledge, neurological, but like that can be so many things. So yeah, I will start it out. I wrote a list, but it's on my phone and I'm filming on my phone, so that's kind of an issue. But hopefully I remember the main, most important ones. So I'll kind of talk maybe about my symptoms I don't have anymore, which would be I would tick a lot, and I have not had that in quite a long time, maybe a couple months. And I also had extreme walking difficulties, and I was in a wheelchair for a while, and that also went away with physiotherapy, thank goodness. So I would say that those are the two like really big ones that were quite a big struggle for me last year that have gone away. And continuing on, kind of 2023, I have noticed that my seizures have significantly decreased. This has been a godsend. I had seizures multiple times a day, every day for like a year. And then all of a sudden, kind of during my break time, between kind of March and now, they have decreased significantly. Like in May, I only had 6 days that I had seizures, which was insane. So kind of when I took my break and decided to really focus on myself, and I did a bunch of kind of different things, which I am going to make a video about to kind of share with you guys how I am working on my health in more detail. But yeah, my seizures have significantly just gotten so much better, and it's June now, and I don't even know the date. We're like halfway through June, and I have had no seizures in June, so that has been amazing for me. I will say though, I am still struggling a lot with symptoms that are kind of still affecting me quite daily. So obviously the big one for me right now is fatigue. I'm so tired all the time, and I also get fatigued really easily. So things like exercise really affect me. I can only go on like maybe a 15-20 minute walk, and then I will be very tired. I'll have to take a nap. I also can only really be productive for like 2 or 3 hours in the day, and then again I need to rest for about, goodness, it depends. Usually it's like I take a 2-hour nap every day, but for days that I am quite productive throughout the entire day, like say if I go on like a weekend trip, like I just went to a wedding on the weekend and I was busy all day long, that took me like 2 or 3 days to recover, and I still feel like I'm recovering, where I'm sleeping all day long. I also get really bad kind of I don't even know, muscle stiffness, like joint stiffness. This is a newer thing for me, which is quite interesting. Walking kind of gives me like an achy, it reminds me of growing pains, which is strange. Like it really doesn't feel like muscle stiffness, but I have been extremely inactive for the last year, so it is quite possible that I am just way out of shape, but I really do find that I am really sore often. Like my body hurts like quite a bit, and I feel like it's my joints a lot, and yeah, that one is difficult for me, and I'm trying to figure out how to work through that. I am doing a lot of yoga to try and ease that pain. Um, Another one that has been quite big, and I kind of noticed started more when, like last year, but I have been really keeping an eye on it, is I am having bladder issues. I've always kind of had bladder pain, and I have interstitial cystitis, but I have it where I almost like can't, I don't feel like I have to pee in the same way that I used to, in the sense that I almost feel it in my like lower abdomen and it's like this pain instead of feeling like in your bladder. And so sometimes I don't know, like I don't, it's so hard to explain. I don't feel like I have to pee in the same way. Like it's, my stomach starts to hurt and then that's how I know I have to go to the bathroom. But when I have to go pee, I cannot pee. Like it seems like, yeah, I will sit there and it just will not come out. And I have to get really, really focused and take like deep breaths and just relax completely. And it takes so long, and this is super weird for me. So that is something that I probably should get checked out, but I assume that they're just gonna be like, yeah, it's just like your FND. But tell me in the comments if you guys have issues with that. I don't know. And then the kind of other newer symptoms I'm getting is more like nerve sensations, which I didn't really get in the beginning, but I'm getting now, which is really strange. For a while, I was getting like crawling on my face at bedtime, which was really weird, and itchiness. So that was like a couple months ago where it just started to be new, and now I am getting itchiness all over my body. And this just happened like a week ago where I like kind of started to feel itchy, but there was like no rash, and I would itch, but I couldn't really find where it was, and it also like wouldn't go away. And then the next day I woke up and I was like head to toe itchy, and it was like horrible. And yeah, it was just like this really weird itch, and it was like really just taking over me. Yeah, I ended up taking an Ativan because I figured it was like a neurological itch, and that calmed me down quite a bit and helped, but I could still feel it under my skin like it was trying to get through. I don't know, it was super weird. That has been something that's been quite consistent and really hard for me because obviously that's super annoying and it will keep me up at night. So that's another one. Like, if you guys are dealing with that, like, tell me what you do, because I've read online that there's not much you can do. You can take like antidepressants, which I'm already on, but I have not connected with my doctor yet about that one either, and I probably should. I just really did not like the doctor. Okay, let me search my mind to remember what else I'm struggling with. Yeah, actually, numbness in my face, so more nerve sensations. I will get like almost like I have mud or clay. I've had face masks before, so if you're a gentleman, you might not have experienced this, but it feels like I have really thick something on my face, or like I've put numbing cream on my face, and it's like my face is kind of stiff and numb and cold. That is something that I do know if I'm going to have a bad day, is when my face is feeling super weird. I also get really iciness through my veins and my legs. That one is not a good feeling either. I also get a lot of headaches. I'm not really sure like where that ties in with it and how, like, what would be causing that. Don't really know. I'm sure there's so much more. I just like really don't remember. But yeah, I'm trying to keep track of my symptoms. This is like a really good thing to do, obviously, so that you can watch the progression. And also I try to keep track of like maybe what is setting off the symptoms. I do believe that food really affects the body, and if you have any sort of sensitivities, I am very sensitive to food. Also, a lot of things that we call food is just really processed things that aren't really food that will affect the body and cause inflammation, which is really bad for neurological disorders. So think about that if you haven't thought about that. Ooh, I'm getting bugs on my legs. Yeah, anyways, I'm hoping that I will eventually see a specialist this year, and that's why, I'm really trying to be on my symptoms and trying to realize like what is what, and maybe they'll be able to help me. But I am also, yes, I would like to reach out to the doctor and talk more about my new symptoms, because they do worry me, and obviously it's very anxiety giving. Like, I feel like when you get FND, it has a lot of different symptoms, and as new ones come up, we maybe don't, check them out, because they just, I feel like I've been dismissed multiple times, and so I just like kind of have given up on the idea of like going to a doctor when I don't feel well. But I really feel like that's not like a great thing. Like, I should be able to think that I'm going to be taken care of, because I feel like dismissing myself and gaslighting myself medically is how I've kind of gotten into a place of worse health, because I think that, especially with my FND and just other things, they could have been helped way early on if I just advocated for myself. So I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Track your symptoms, see what maybe is triggering you or what maybe helps you, and if you get new symptoms, tell your doctor. It might bring you to a different diagnosis or maybe some sort of help. Like, we don't want to be hopeless, and we're not hopeless. We are in this together, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for leaving me comments and likes and subscribing. It's been encouraging and helpful. I'm trying to get back into the role and being more inspired to film. It's a great thing for me to do to keep my mental health up too. So yeah, like I said, if you like this video and if it was helpful in any way, give me a thumbs up and share maybe some of your stranger symptoms. Like, I think we should connect on this as always. Let's share, have a community. Let's keep the conversation going about FND. And if you want to see more, give me a subscribe. It will really help me out and, help me, show me really where that I'm going in the right direction if, I'm being helpful. So thanks so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for joining me in the forest, and have a good day.